Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 282 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with Gamersups, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a new economy and crime overhaul called Financial Crisis. Now the mod page reads that Financial Crisis is an economy and crime overhaul packed into an all-in-one file. If you've ever felt for some reason earning money in Skyrim was just too easy, well, you're not wrong. What about being rewarded for quests? Why do I get 500 gold for delivering a piece of paper to someone 2 blocks down the road? This concept doesn't make any sense to me. Crime was laughable, and totally unrealistic too. So this mod pack seeks to fix this and resolve these issues, but will also add a unique bonus mod that's kinda like playing the lottery. Got milk? Well, that's actually the name of the mod here. Milk stands for Many Immersive Loot Boxes and Keys, which adds new loot boxes and keys that you can use to open up a ton of loot boxes all throughout Skyrim, and it's a pretty interesting addition. It's pretty much like going into a cave and opening up a chest. You can go into any single shop that you find all throughout Skyrim, and then you can purchase a loot box using gold, and then you can open it, and based on your level and your skills and stuff like that, it generates a leveled list of random items that you can randomly get. So as you can see in some, I got a random Daedric mace, which was really lucky, but other times I just got leather armor, which was pretty bad, and then like a steel sword, which is like, it's okay. You know, sometimes you get really good things, sometimes you get really bad, so it's just a loot box system, so if you have some extra money laying around, you can just spend it on some loot boxes and get some better gear. But on top of that, there's so many other mods included inside of this mod pack. First off, you have the SB Lightweight Economy Overhaul, and then the Realistic Item Rebalance. Then we have Gold as Septums and has increased carry weight, increased inn and carriage prices, Dark Brotherhood loot, no lockpicks and chests, and then you have the Astral Merchant and chest, Saints and Seducers, more expensive mercenary horses and houses, crime lowers relationships, assault lowers relationships, just a regular crime overhaul fixes, and then funnily enough you also have crouching on corpses as a crime, so no more teabagging, no crime teleports, longer jail time, houses, shops, and inns all in one, which I didn't expect to be in here, but it's also a very welcome addition, so that every single house, shop, and inn that you walk into all throughout Skyrim will be brand new and remastered, but not completely changed like how JK's Skyrim does it. It just makes it so it's a little more immersive, there's a lot more tables and chairs around, more beds for people to sleep in. It just makes it so that the houses, shops, and inns are a bit more realistic. Then on top of that you have store entrance doorbells, better jewelry merchants, and then my favorite, counterfeit gold crafting, where if you find gold bars all throughout Skyrim and then you take them to a smithing forge, you can actually smelt them down to septums, which is pretty cool. This is a giant mod pack that completely overhauls the economy and how you commit crimes and things you can get away with, and that's definitely why it's featured here to number 5 spot this week, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Financial Crisis mod and adding it to your next playthrough of Skyrim. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have a brand new mod for you mages out there. This is Aero's Arcane Adversities, and it's a brilliant mod pack that comes with so many mage mods, and the mod page reads that Aero's Arcane Adversities is named after my son. This is a mod pack that drives the nail into what becoming a mage is all about: studying, progressing, crafting staves and scrolls, and becoming an actual wizard of Skyrim, instead of just becoming one just by spawning in. We've covered a wide variety of spells that you can obtain in the Spellweaver magical add-ons, and in fact this mod pack is meant to be paired with any major magic overhaul to dial in that RPG aspect. So if you have other mods such as Mysticism or maybe Odin, this will work alongside perfectly and even add more RPG elements to it as well. Some of the key features of this mod is brand new staves to use that are actually worthwhile using instead of just the vanilla Skyrim staves, which are absolutely terrible. You have the spells as lesser powers instead of having them in your hand, so you can have a flame spell as a power that you can actually just cast as a shout, which is pretty cool, as well as other spells that are considered lesser powers as well, and then a progressive spell discovery mechanic. But moving on to the mods that are featured within this big mod pack, you have the spells scale with skill level all in one, optional starting spells, spellbook leveled list, no vendor spell tomes, which means that you'll actually have to find spell tomes all throughout the world, or actually do the college's quest line in order to get new spells to use. You have the Morthalmer and the College of Winterhold quests, Scholarship of Skyrim, and then my favorite, the College Curriculum mod, which adds a brand new curriculum to every single tree of magic in Skyrim, and I absolutely love it. So whenever you first go to the College of Winterhold, you get a ton of new quests, all named College Curriculum, of course, and you can go to, Feralda for the destruction training, and then she can send you off and, have you use a flame spell or a shock spell or a frost spell to start out, and you have to use that in battles, and then once you finish up using it, 30, 40 times in combat, you feel like you've mastered it, you return back to Feralda and she teaches you the next tier of spell, making it so actually finding all of these spells all throughout the world can work, or if you just want to stay in the school and, learn and build your skills as a wizard, you can do that too, and I love that feature here. But after that, you have the miscellaneous College of Winterhold tweaks mod, Skyrim True Master Trainers, potion and scroll crafting, scroll ingredients, shops now sell paper, you can now write books as well, so as you can see in this little showcase I'm doing here, I'm able to write a book, and if I write a Dwemer book, I can actually head over to a Dwemer ruin, and if I'm standing around the vicinity of it, I can do some research around that area, and then write a really good book and increase my skills, and then maybe eventually sell the book as well once my writing skill is high enough to make a profit. So there's so much that you can do within this mod that it's almost impossible for me to talk about everything all in this short showcase here, so I'd strongly recommend downloading Aero's Arcane Adversities and adding it to your next playthrough of Skyrim and becoming a brand new true mage that you've always wanted to be. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have a brand new music mod that's absolutely amazing and adds over a half hour of new combat and exploration music to the game's track list. This is the Music of Nirn mod. And the mod page reads that Music of Nirn is a Skyrim soundtrack expansion mod that adds a half hour of new combat and exploration music, and the tracks that are featured alongside this mod, we have Nirnroot, Dragonfire, Moonlight over Markarth, Nordic Ruins, Tamrielic Lullaby, Winterfrost, One for the Road, the Gilead Jig, Divine Wanderings, The Streets of Solitude, Cryptwalker, Hero of Tamriel, Be Quick or Be Dead, Duskglow, the Moonlight over Markarth piano version, and another song called What Once Was. All of these tracks are written and arranged by Maxwell Jeffries, and enough of me actually just talking about the music, let's actually sit back and listen to some of these brand new tunes that you can hear as you're exploring Skyrim. Now, as you can see, these brand new tracks fit the game perfectly, and I absolutely love that they were able to fit this much music all within a 15 megabyte mod. Because a lot of the previous load orders that we've made in the past that feature a music mod come in at like 80, 120 or more megabytes. So it really puts a, dent in our memory space whenever it comes to building a load order, but this mod doesn't do that at all. 15 megabytes will disappear into your load order and you'll hear brand new music as you're exploring Skyrim, and I absolutely love to hear that, and that's definitely why the music of Nirn is featured here at a number 3 spot this week, so I strongly recommend downloading it and listening to these brand new tracks in your next playthrough. Coming in at the number 2 spot this week, we have a mod that adds so many new NPCs into the game that it's absolutely incredible. This is Skyrim Belongs to the Nords. And the mod page reads that Skyrim Belongs to the Nords adds proper populations to Skyrim. It stands out from other population mods, in the sense that it actually adds what would be sensible: more Nords to Skyrim. All the special characters and races are already present in the vanilla game, and it's clear from interactions and dialogue that, lore-wise, the sight of the non-Nords in Skyrim is still reasonably rare. In total, this mod adds almost 500 new NPCs to various locations all throughout the game, and this isn't a story about heroes, magic, or ancient prophecies. This is about farmers and lumberjacks, who work all day and like to get drunk in the evening. This is a mod which adds all the average people. Now, when it comes to the character types, citizens will roam around in large cities or visit shops and market stalls. This is by far the most common group of people that you'll stumble across. Next up, you have peasants, which will be found working on farms alongside the farm owners. Dock workers will work around ships in all of Skyrim's larger ports. Miners, of course, will be found in more important mining settlements where they work. Laborers will perform different types of work that isn't specifically related to ships, farming, or mining, while villagers will reside in villages, of course, and are like a combination of citizens and peasants. Some will wander around, others will work on the farm, or do other various tasks. And then finally we have beggars, which will be found in the cities, and you can interact with them like any other beggar in the vanilla game, and as a rule of thumb, the more corrupt the city is, the more common they'll be, so you'll find so many in Riften. Thugs can also be found in some cities, and as a rule of thumb, the more corrupt a city is, the more common they'll be, just like the beggars, and they won't attack you unless you attack first, though. And essentially, they're a form of non-hostile bandits that add a lot to the social atmosphere. But why would you choose Skyrim Belongs to the Nords? Well, do you feel like you need to reload a previous save or use console commands to resurrect any NPC that's killed? Would you like to play the Dark Brotherhood questline more often, but hate the idea of depopulating the game? Well, not really me, I love that. But do you find it annoying how Skyrim overall is so empty? That I definitely find annoying. Unlike other mods that add a greater population, Skyrim Belongs to the Nords actually populate the land with human Nords, instead of a wide variety of all races. Even though such diversity can be fun, it's a lot more intriguing when elves and other magical things actually stand out and feel real special. Now, I for one feel this mod to be incredibly immersive because I've always thought whenever walking into Whiterun, Riften, or any city throughout the game for that matter, they do feel pretty empty. Although there is enough houses in the game to house all the people that are sitting in the city, whenever you walk up to the market districts such as in Whiterun or Riften, it just feels so empty. There's no one there. Not even an adventurer from a different city traveling in. Like, why are these carriages outside of each city and no one's taking them, So I just think this is going to add so much to your next playthrough of Skyrim, and if you combine it with other mods such as the immersive speechcraft mod, which is one of my favorite speechcraft mods, which allows you to talk to every single NPC in Skyrim regardless of them having dialogue for you at all, you can actually talk to them. So with all of these 500 new NPCs that you can see all throughout the game, if you combine this with the immersive speechcraft mod, you can now talk to all these citizens too, which is incredibly immersive. And that's definitely why Skyrim Belongs to the Nords comes in at our number 2 spot this week, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it and transforming all of the places in your next game of Skyrim. Coming in at the number 1 spot this week, we have a brand new animation mod that aims to cover every single animation all within one mod pack here, coming in at 5.74 megabytes, which is incredibly impressive. This is the Gritty Animations Requiem mod. And no, none of our Skyrim characters are hitting the gritty in this video, although that would be pretty entertaining. Gritty Animations Requiem is an updated version of his previous bundle. This bundle includes just about every Levi, Goetia, and Vanagrand animation that we could possibly fit, along with some extra tidbits to make a completely fluid and gritty animations bundle. Everything is covered from magic to bows to idols, including both male and female variants. And this bundle includes all the Leviathan animations, such as the male idol walk and run, sprinting, two-handed high stance, two-handed normal attacks, and two-handed power attacks. And then the Vandergrand animations, you have the sneak thrust attacks, sneak strike attacks, sneak idol walk and run, sneak archery, regular archery, crossbows and sneak crossbows, one-handed mid stance, one-handed normal attacks, and one-handed power attacks. And then Goetia, those animations that they fit inside here, we have the magic spell casting, enchanted stabs, conditional shouts, and then you also have other mods that have, the YY animation replacer, which is for Mystic Knight, the super fast get up animation, which whenever you get knocked down or ragdolled, you get up real quick, which is really cool, girly animations for whenever you're playing a female, the female sitting animation replacer, then you have the cross and jab special edition mod, unarmed warfare so that hand-to-hand combat is better and has better animations too, faster bow draw, and finally the first person magic animation mod. Now I know that was an absolute mouthful to say. With all of these mods coming in at 5.74 megabytes, that's incredibly impressive because there's so many animations in Skyrim. So much to cover, and they were able to fit it all within this 5.74 megabyte mod. That's incredibly mind-blowing to me. Because just one or two animation mods that we've covered in the past already equal that memory space, so the fact that they were able to compress this and make it all fit and all of these animations look incredibly badass as well. As you can see, I'm showing you some of the different weapon categories, and then, no matter what weapon you're using or who you're fighting against, you're definitely going to have a different time from the vanilla game because all of these animations look phenomenal. These are all perfect, and I can definitely tell that a lot of time and effort was made into creating this mod, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our #1 spot this week. So if you're looking for a brand new animation mod that's going to cover every single animation in Skyrim, all with one small mod here, then I'd strongly recommend downloading the Gritty Animations Requiem mod and completely transforming all the animations in your next playthrough of Skyrim. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can join our Discord. I'll be sure to leave the Discord link in the description as well as the pinned comment, so you can join us on there and leave mod suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.